Philip DeFranco, of course, would bang, but I got yelled at by his wife like years ago, and she called me a slut, and what would Jesus say? And he is obviously married with kids, but looks alone would totally bang.
Was about that. Like, you called me a creep in the video. You said all these things that weren't true.
Because I was shocked. I was shocked at your reaction.
You said things about my ex-wife. I mean, like, it was too much.
And I told you that.
Overreaction. Or just keep it about me and David. But don't, like, bring all these other people into it.
The only person I regret talking about besides you and David is your ex-wife. I shouldn't have talked about her, and I don't know her. We've never met, so it's not like I can just say this to her face and go to her or like email her. I don't know any of her information. Like, sorry.
So I'm like a bad dad. Like,
well, I mean,
you know.
Do you want to go into all this right here?
No, but you know I'm not a bad dad.
I didn't say you were a bad dad. I didn't say you were a bad dad at all.
You said I had my kids in a place.
Well, you're going to have to cut this out because this is not what I said. What I said was your ex-wife was okay letting you live in a place where you have a single guy that brings girls and guys passed out and all this stuff over, but not living with me. That's what I said. I didn't say you were a bad dad. I said, like, how is that? I was like, how is that okay to live with?
But then why? But why even bring that up? Like, that's...
Because at that point you didn't care, and so neither did I.
It's just like an overreaction. Like... Just talk it out with us before you go and put it on the...
Like, I will take you to court and I will take the kids away from you, even though she never sees the kids. Jason has them every weekend. They have a full-time nanny. I was like, she's not going to take... And he takes them to school every morning. I'm like, she's not going to take them away from you. You literally are their primary caregiver. You know what I mean? I was like, first of all, what an evil person to threaten to take away someone's kids. But also, like... And you notice, like, when I came around, she, like, took the kids out of, like, the vlogs, which is fine, but they were in like David's, which were way worse and more vulgar than mine. She was living with her boyfriend. That was the kicker of it. She had her boyfriend living with her. It's like, just stuff like that I'm like, how can you not stick up for me? And then you start thinking, like, maybe he's not in it for like the long haul.
This was kind of new into our friendship, and I kind of was feeling judged or whatever, because we were talking about something sexual. Like, you would be offended, like, if I sent you a nude photo or something like that, or you'd be mad at me, and then you're like, yeah, because that's like wrong, like, to you.
I'm fine with nude photos. What it was...
You were in a relationship with Lisa.
Yeah, what it was you said, like, and I think you said it jokingly, but you were just like, oh, if I sent you a naked picture or whatever, and I'm like, well, you can't do that. And you were like, why? And I was like, because I have a girlfriend.
Yeah, you took it really serious, and then I felt really judged.
But I feel like
with us, I thought like it was like a thing. I thought we had a thing. You know what I mean? This is like so weird and so crazy, but I thought we had like a thing like that way, and then it would like frustrate me that you were with like Lisa, but you were like frustrated. It was weird, and like no disrespect, anything like that, but I remember being like, oh, I thought we like had a thing or whatever.
By that. Yeah. I've never been rated a 10, Hila.
You're a 10. What would you rate him?
But you wanted me to.
Hila doesn't give me a 10.
Yeah, I think you're better than him, not me.
Would you?
I deserve you.
Oh God.
Yeah, the connection.
No,
there's no chemistry.
There's no chemistry. There's no connection.
I feel it.
There's not. I promise. Okay. I did notice that in your videos when you talk about me, she's winking at me and moving her shoulders in a way that. Do you think that's appropriate in front of my wife? What are you doing?
I don't think it's appropriate.
I'm not doing anything. He's literally lying right now. Now, who's the liar now?
You saw it.
No. Hila says, don't talk about me on the podcast. All I said was you should have the guest. He's like, we can't mention Hila. She doesn't want me to talk about, oh, she's too good for a fucking podcast, even though we were talked about. They never once consulted me at the beginning of spring. She has a fucking podcast. I brought life to the fucking H3 channel, but oh, Hila's too fucking good to even mention her name. I said nothing bad. I said like, oh, we should have her as a guest or whatever like that. Don't even mention Hila. She doesn't want to be talked about. Fucking
Okay.
I literally don't care. Literally, I don't want to come back because I really fucking hate her. A fucking queen. You guys can talk about my shit all the time, but her, don't fucking mention her name. Dumb fucking bitch.
Okay.